Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're joining us from around the world. Welcome to Web3 Warriors podcast, episode 12 or 11 and a half, depending how you want to see it. We got Ibro back with us here for part 2, talking AR and VR and the Metaverse on the blockchain. Really exciting conversation. I think we left a lot to discuss from last week, and I thought it'd be cool to do a follow-up. And we figured out how to get all of the basically the screen sharing working, so on AR and VR as well. So we're looking forward to being able to share a bit more of that with you.
I shared with you that image too, the OVR roadmap.
Yes, the OVR roadmap. Is that on the Discord chat? All right, so we'll be diving into that as well. Yeah, that's really cool. Maybe we'll get that up on the Discord. So we just announced OVR some Q1 and Q2 goals. Very interesting and ambitious, I would say, goals that they've got in line. So we'll bring that up on the screen and share that with you as well. Prior to that, I just want to do a quick little introduction, just kind of talking about what we're about here at Web3 Warriors. You know, we're focused on really harnessing this really cool creative energy in the Web3 space to build and create, lasting projects basically on the blockchain that can prove to be very lucrative, but are also very kind of forward thinking. We're thinking, what does the internet look like in 2 years? What does the internet look like in 5 years, 10 years? And with the idea that more and more people are embracing the digital space or relying on the digital space, which we obviously saw, especially during COVID, and that might have accelerated things, but it was already underway, right? A lot of people building and collaborating in the digital space. But now with blockchain technology and with that ability to have peer-to-peer transactions, I can send money to a creator in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, on the African continent, in Asia, without any resistance, without any middle person, taking 25, 30% of the fees or whatever the case may be. So it's that peer-to-peer connection that is now taking this digital frontier really to a whole new level. And so that's what we like to dive into here at Web3 Warriors. And Ibro has been doing some amazing work on that front in the AR and VR space. So maybe without further ado, Ibro, I will bring up that graphic you just shared with us, and we could have a quick discussion on what you think we're looking forward to specifically at OVR and in the AR, which is Augmented Reality space. I'll bring that image up quickly, but if you want to maybe just get us started on what you're most looking forward to and what you were kind of impressed by on that conversation with OVR. Welcome, Ibro.
Welcome. Thank you. Happy Saturday.
Yes.
And happy to be here. I think the first thing that caught my attention, jumping right into it, was the what I saw when I opened up my Unity builder. My OVR builder was the POAP. It allows you to mint POAPs, right? So first thing I thought about was, wow. So think about what we're doing with this Storytime DAO and being able to let people or create the space for people to attend these virtual or augmented events and be able to give out POAPs, and those POAPs can then be used for voting, right? Or any type of like real world events where you want to do like rebates for people that visited your store multiple occasions. Or I gave the example of like the roller coasters or like amusement park earlier when I was talking to my friends on Twitter about how, imagine if you have a Six Flags or you own a Six Flags and you decide that, hey, I'm going to start giving out POAPs, and if you start after your 10th visit, you get like $10, $20 off your next ticket, right? So just thinking about how that can be highly useful for people in the upcoming space. So that was the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, we had the the Polygon integration, decentralized overland secondary market, so you can buy things on the secondary market. So buy land parcels on the secondary market.
And that's mainly through OpenSea.io, right? So the secondary market still.
That's OpenSea, but you could also get it on the secondary marketplace on OVR.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There might be advantages there. And when they talk about the avatar AI sale, what does that entail?
So now that's going to be I think that's going to be one of the best or one of the coolest things to see how it works out, right? So basically, that AI is going to allow for you to program it and basically guide people through your interaction, right? So let's say um, you build an interaction and you want an AI to guide people through it, you can have an AI program to do so. So I think that's going to be major. I know an example one of my friends gave, like, let's say you're at a grocery store um, and it's overlaid on that hex, right? When that AI knows where that, like, the mustard is or like the ketchup, and you want to know where that is, you can
Right.
talk to that AI for that. So I think those are going to be some major use cases that people are going to be using more OVR with, right?
Most definitely. I mean, that's, yeah,
Mhm.
it's hard to imagine where this could go really. But I hadn't thought about like the avatar AI as far as, you know, being something that you would sell
And
and
so you're right.
monetize.
So in quarter two, that's when we'll have that AI training or the AI integration, right? So, but shit, just to even start from the top of the list, right? It'll be IPFS hosting, so I'm sure they're going to be working with some type of Pinata or AR Weave type system. 3D asset NFT minting, so artists like myself can just start putting my assets directly through OVR, so I could have my own marketplace from a store that I own.
Right.
3D clothes and asset marketplace, so your avatars as they walk around, just like crypto voxels, are going to need somewhere to be dressed up, right? So they're gonna have a virtual they're gonna have a what is that? They're gonna have a marketplace for you to be able to shop. Secondly, we have this Boson protocol integration. That's more on the technical side. After looking to more into it, um, running smart contracts. I'm assuming that's going to be like on a manifold type level or like a Nifty Kit type system where we could integrate different smart contracts with a minting that we want to do on our parcel.
Oh, okay.
And now we have the AI integration, right? So you could be able to train that avatar to be able to do exactly what we said, like, okay, find this and tell X person where it is when they're looking for it. Um,
So
move
what?
NFT
So when they're
base.
talking
So
about avatar AI sales, like this is saying that this is the opportunity to kind of purchase these AI, well, I guess avatars. But like, what are you buying exactly?
I don't know yet.
Don't know, eh? Okay. So it's just kind of
Son,
a
I'm gonna,
roadmap
I'm gonna
idea.
deep
Like
dive.
people
Yeah,
who
I'm
are
gonna
early
deep dive
access will
into
be
it.
able to purchase these AI avatars, and these avatars are going to have a pretty interesting function within the OVR metaverse, right? Or
Definitely,
over.
definitely. I'll look at him as like your butler, not even a butler, or like your Bruce Wayne. That's Batman. Who is Batman's uncle or his caretaker?
I don't know. Just call them Butler, but yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
you know what I mean, though,
Yeah.
right? It'd be like your Axe G's, someone that really take care of your parcel for you, essentially,
Yeah,
like a
it's interesting.
custodial
I'm just
service.
wondering, as a sale, like what would you sell that for? But it seems like it would be partial to your own parcel.
It's
So I
gonna
guess
be fun to
they're just
see.
saying
I'm interested to see.
they're going to sell you the functionability, right? So you're going to have the
Hmm.
option to buy this AI for your hex, I guess, right? That's
Right.
interesting. And is on their roadmap, do they have that ability you were talking about on the last episode, where each hex requires you to like purchase or build within that hex, right? So are they going to be merging it so that if you own like 5 hexes all grouped together, you're able to kind of build a bigger building or something that crosses over all the different hexes? Did they cover that at all in their update?
I'm looking at this now. Single experience on multiple lands. So
Nice.
yes, that's
There you
on the
go.
second. Yeah.
Oh, Q2 right there. I see it now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you too. And
Very cool.
then hosting and relocation fees, and then new marketplace. So I'm looking to see how that works. But I
Very cool.
think that's gonna be one of the like final pieces on the. That's gonna be like the icing on the cake. So like if you have multiple hexes, imagine being able to convert them into like one big playground.
Yeah,
So
well, it
now
makes sense when you look
one
at,
big.
like you were talking about, at major events and stuff. You wouldn't want people to have to be like concerned about staying within their hex, right?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
you only get, I think, 300 square feet. I mean, 300 square meters for your hex, and it's a hexagonal shape. Um, so it doesn't allow you for the fullest range of motion, but it still allows you for a lot of mobility, as we'll see in a few.
Cool. That's awesome. Lots to discuss there. I want to thank
Yeah.
Charles for the follow on Twitch here, and I want to welcome everybody else who is joining us on the live stream here on Twitch. We do encourage questions. We encourage any kind of engagement. If you're interested, if anything sparks your mind and you have any questions about it, please do not be shy.
And I give Charles a shout out because that's the homie Hex. He's one of the he's probably the reason why I got into OVR. So I stumbled onto OVR, and then the next thing that like the next person on their story was him. I'm like, I wonder who this guy is. I followed him on Instagram, then I followed him on Twitter, and then it's just been like constant, just being hella supportive about OVR,
nice.
onboarding different people. He led the South by Southwest experience, which was like literally, aside from like the Metaverse Music Festival that Natalie and gang organized, was like the first augmented reality meta or like music concert experience, And so shout out to Hex, man.
So what did that look like? Where was it based?
It was in OVR. So like hexes of land were purchased where South by Southwest was actually being held. So
Gotcha.
as people were there, they were able to experience different experiences through OVR. So like imagine you a big pavilion of people and they're walking about, but you could just direct them to here, like, hey, have you seen this? Check this out, while the concert or the festival is going on.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know you were going to show us some spaces, some actual examples of OVR hexes, or one OVR hex that you think is kind of impressive. I don't know if you want to start with that.
And pull up the location now.
Cool. So we're going to try doing a little bit of visual component here on the podcast, but I will describe kind of what we're looking at. So for those who are listening in on a recording after the fact can definitely get an idea of what we're doing and what we're looking at. But it's really interesting because OVR right now is essentially an augmented reality metaverse that you can access through your phone. But what I find really interesting is that it's not only like your augmented reality images and 3D graphics that you can put up, but actually like an entire space that you can actually then view through your AR, screen on your phone and actually create a much bigger space within your hex. And I think it's a really cool concept. So I'd love to kind of show the people as best as we can on here what's the potential there in OVR for sure.
The potential is limitless. Is literally that's why I want to take you to how we did this space because here we go.
Yeah, we'll get that set up and we'll be able to share a little bit more of that OVR space with you. Another really interesting opportunity that you have with OVR is the kind of monetizing option, and as Ibro has been saying. Basically, like he was just talking about South by Southwest and being able to do kind of commemorative things and create a music festival in OVR that's kind of happening parallel to the actual music festival. But within that, you could also create collectibles, right? And have like a whole, kind of digital side to your event if you wanted to use it that way.
You definitely could. And so that's another thing that I know. I was talking to somebody who's working with a jazz band, right? A jazz spot, but trying to convert that into the metaverse. So seeing how that could imply like actual real world utility at the same time, metaverse utility, right? So imagine you're there experiencing whatever concert's happening, but if you're in your Oculus or if you are potentially like in OVR, like why can't you like hop in there and experience something similar, if not something of your own, but it's still in that space?
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's going to be like, okay, how is that going to happen? Like I'm looking forward to see how that happens too. It is ready. I'm about to type it in now.
Cool.
So
do full screen. Here we are. So we're seeing his OVR lands map here.
So what you do is when you type in a hex, is usually a 3-letter word, and those usually take you to not even usually, those take you directly to your hex. So we're gonna pop into one of my homies, Crypto Seeds hex. Crypto Seed and Adrian put together the live experience at NFTLA 2 weeks ago,
Cool.
and what we did was basically create a pavilion or create a gallery place where you can come to and you'll be able to view everybody else's gallery, right? So like the clickable links that you can go to within OVR, and that allows you to have you can have multiple galleries in one place, but you just have clickable links that direct you there, just like how it is in crypto voxels.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so basically that's how you get the NFT integration, right? All right. So here what we're looking at right now. Ibro has jumped into a hex. Where is the hex located that you just jumped into? If you can.
This hex is physically located in LA.
Physically located in LA, and you're currently in Miami, right?
I'm currently in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Florida. All right. So you're joining a hex in LA from Florida, and this hex is showing you some spinning NFTs. What are those?
So this is a hex. So all these are like points, right? So this is just so who is this hosted by Crypto Seed and Adrian. Wow. And so as you walk around, let me get up real quick. So as you look around, you have options of hexes to go to. All these are different OVR hexes. So they're in a hexagonal shape because clearly OVR sells hexes, right? Yeah. So let's say you want to go to an experience. Let's see. What do you guys want to go to? I think
let's go to Alex's space. What's Alex's spot there?
Alex Levia. Let's go.
The picture looked familiar, but I don't think I know her.
Mm-hmm. So you would open in app. Open. Hold on now.
And so you said that they do have a desktop, or they're going to be coming out with a desktop access as well. And how do you view the VR side of things with OVR?
That's not, so VR is not a component of OVR yet. The desktop is only for the editing component.
Okay, gotcha. But when you look at, okay, we'll talk about it after when you bring up that room. But when you see the room that you created, it just looks tailor-made for VR. Like it's just.
It does, right? But so that's the thing. So I can set it in the augmented reality scene, or I can send it in a virtual reality scene. It's just the file types that kind of make it that. Okay, and this is Alex's scene.
Okay.
You walk in, you're enclosed.
Oh wow! So yeah, you almost feel like you're right inside there. A little piece of art.
So you walk in, and you got this beautiful skyline picture or the skyline image here, and I'm gonna sidestep. I'm gonna walk around it.
That's so cool. So when you're kind of walking in that space, that's just using your fingers, right?
Yeah, it's what it looks from the outside perspective.
Nice. All right, so it's basically a digital space that you can walk to physically, but then you can also navigate just on your phone within the space.
Right. All right. So this is me walking around in the space currently. This is me walking around in my actual space.
Right. Very cool. I'd love to see the one that you built, actually, just to show the room, because I really like that room that you have. And I think it's a cool example.
But I'm going to take you somewhere better. All right, cool. I like my stuff too, but
all right.
I'm going to take you somewhere where your viewers could be like, okay, it's not fair. A lot of my friends on here, I would say, are they're wicked. Let's just say that they're wickedly creative, and it's beautiful to see them and watch them create, especially like in these type of situations.
And the most beautiful thing about this is, like, even just as a game, you know, on its own, if you just saw this as a creative venture to kind of have some fun, right? Just that alone would be cool. But now you're actually like taking these creations and you can mint them on the blockchain as digital assets. And if other people think they're cool, they can buy them from you and use them in their own space, right?
Exactly. And that's the real use case we're trying to provide. So when you pop into the space, you have this. Let's go and blow your mind real quick. Cyber Nerd Baby is one of the. They're a collective of creators. Sorry. Didn't mean to go there. So they took me to their Discord.
These links can take you anywhere. Some of them are trying to bring you into their Discord. Some transport you to a whole other world.
Did I stop broadcasting? Let me share my screen real quick.
Slightly frozen at the moment. Would you be able to show us what the map to earn function looks like?
Yeah, I'd have to leave this phone and have to step outside to do so, but I can't do that.
All right, well, we can see. We'll deal with this for now, but the map to earn is just such a cool concept. I'm actually going to look into applying for it myself because I don't think there's too many other people on the OVR wave in my neck of the woods here, so maybe I can get greenlit for that.
Bro, you should at least try. Okay.
All right, back online.
We're going back to OVR.
So yeah, like you've mentioned, you can.
Here?
Sorry.
I think some other of my friends are in OVR. Let me see.
Cool.
The Dapper Griot. Where is he at? Dapper Griot, you in here? That's the beauty of it. People might be in the hex.
Or you just drop in, hey, at the same time as you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a popular hex where people go to kind of view other spaces.
Yeah, this is where we go to just meet ourselves or check things out. I'm gonna take you. Oh man, let's go for the gusto. Let's see. Why is it taking me to Twitter? What the hell is this?
NFT LA. They just want the follows. So with OVR strictly having the AR functionality, what VR metaverse are you most kind of excited about?
What VR metaverse?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I'm not biased. That's the thing. Like, whatever works. You feel me? Whatever Monaverse. if I'm being serious, Monaverse I think is, and that's not completely VR yet, but it allows you to build.
Yeah, I mean, I even like crypto voxels, but I haven't. I don't think the VR functionality is fully aligned yet. I think you have to be on PC or something. But
right.
I wanted to also show this really cool concept in the crypto voxels. This is a new space that was generously given by the Renaissance Art Group. I want to plug them real quick. It's a very impressive initiative right here, renaissancecity.art. Anyone can go in, sign up for their spaces. So they're really doing a cool job of onboarding people into the crypto voxel space. So they say it's a metaverse art show that takes you for a tour of NFT artists' private crypto voxels galleries that they curate and create themselves. So what's really cool about them is if you sign up, I don't know if they even have the sign up still open, but they had a window where you could sign up and create your own little space. So once you signed up, they actually airdropped the crypto voxels template to your wallet to your Ethereum wallet. So basically they airdrop this entire space to me. So if you look here, this is a whole metaverse space with different places where you can put your images. So the main purpose is for artists who want to sell their art. I'm more of a collector than an artist, although I do have a few pieces that I've minted, so I was able to get approved. But I've used this space right now to kind of show the Web3 Warriors collection that you can find on Web3 Warriors, OpenSea.io/Web3 Warriors. So we're using this collection to, of course, support artists primarily. And down the road, if we are able to generate any revenue through it, that would all exclusively go towards purchasing land in the metaverse for Web3 Warriors, which will be a space to talk Web3 philosophies, as well as space for esports and gaming, trying to blend the two spaces, because I believe strongly that gamers are going to understand Web3 much more easily than anybody else out there. And we're kind of natural in the digital space and seeing the value in the digital space. So that's a big goal of Web3 Warriors. I just wanted to share with y'all. It's a really cool concept. I got to give props to the Renaissance City Art Group for creating and sharing this amazing museum, really, that anybody can claim and get a cool little spot for themselves that they can then share with their community, with anybody they'd like to drop in and show their art, and even just have a little community meetup. I think it can host up to 5 people at a time on here. So just wanted to share that while we're waiting. How's it going there, Ibro?
I'm back in.
Yeah, I was pretty fascinated when I jumped into the AR. It's funny, actually, following up on our podcast last week. It turns out the 2 hexes that I bought were when I ping myself in my space, I end up pinging just outside of the hexes I bought. So that goes to your point about kind of map to earn and trying to fine tune the geography and the actual boundaries of these different hexes. So it turns out I need to purchase probably another 2 or 3 hexes to really have the space fully covered out and to be able to build kind of what I'm hoping to be able to build in OVR, but just something to consider. So if you're going to purchase an OVR space, don't just assume it's going to line up based on the map. Maybe actually go there and open OVR on your phone and look at where you ping on your phone and make sure that it's your best bet.
Bingo, great point.
Yeah, learned that the hard way, but it's okay. I'm cool with owning extra hexes.
Yeah, you gotta be. This spot is gonna be True Tech Junkie.
True Tech Junkie. Dropping into his hex.
Come on, baby.
How long have you been building in 3D in general? Like before you got into AR, were you doing much 3D building?
In my mind.
No doubt.
Like I would help the design process for our construction management company. But prior to, I didn't have the time. Bro, I really didn't think I had the time to do all that. So I was like, well, like, what am I going to do? You know? So I was like, the best way I could add value was like, the best way I could add value was by actually, putting some ideas to the table and seeing how we could actually build it out. But then as I have more time with the pandemic and everything, it was like, well, now I could just start doing what I like to do, since, we got the structure process down. Just now, so finding things that I like to do now or like to create.
Yeah, no doubt. And that goes to the point of Web3, right? I feel like people who kind of had these creative machinations prior to Web3, but didn't really see an avenue to express that creativity or to maybe monetize or make it worth, actually tapping into that creativity, are now realizing, the potential in the space and being inspired. I know I've been writing a lot more than I was. I've been plugging in with some really cool creative communities, trying to build awesome projects. So yeah, it's really just inspiring. It's interesting how creativity seems to just be getting more creativity, right? But I just want a reminder, anyone who has any questions from the chat, please do not be shy. Feel free to ask any questions. I also want to pick Ibro's brain about his cool project that he's got going in Freetown, Sierra Leone. We're going to get to that after a little bit more OVR conversation. Yeah, I want to promote that again for you because it's just such a cool concept. And I've been hearing a lot more about sustainability in the space. And I'm looking forward to tackling that a bit more in future podcasts, looking at environmental impacts and actually the power of Web3 to help the environment. And there are actually some really cool climate focused projects out there right now, whether it's conservation, whether it's trying to save animals, whether it's cleaning the oceans, or finding alternative energy sources for crypto mining or even other just energy demands, blockchain.
Yeah, I have a homegirl who's doing the same thing, who's trying to do the same thing.
Mike Mongo?
No, I have a homegirl.
Oh, homegirl. Thought you said Mike Mongo.
Yeah, I have a homegirl. Her name is Steffi, and she's trying to do the same thing. Find a way to make to reduce like the carbon footprint of like NFTs or just everything like that.
Yeah, and what is she looking at?
She's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Think that's kind of like how we all are, but just trying to figure it all out.
Well, it's interesting how minutia you can get and then how grand you can go, right? Like I've heard from someone who is literally trying to clean the oceans and is confident that his project, his organization is going to make a significant impact in cleaning the oceans and helping, that initial shoreline, get cleaned, right? I can't remember how many, it's like 100 meters of shoreline is like the bulk of all of the pollution in the oceans is basically in this like main, kind of extension of the shoreline. So yeah, and they have some really cool projects around cleaning that. All right, we got something open here.
This is OVR.
Is that audio coming through this space?
Yes, that is audio. Yeah. So think about Kane, right?
Yeah, let it run a minute while you hear it.
Man, it's wonderful for real, yeah, you better enjoy. Shining bright like that VV light, we making some noise. Cash out for this going out on a boat ride. And I got that first edition Spider-Man, I know it's God. Only sign of struggling is coming from those guys. Trying to relate what I see, I augmented my eyes. And them comments heard the miss, but them eyes real. For this mad at me, cause I'm saying just how I feel. Friends with blue chips, NFTs going high still. Still manage to moonwalk through Twitter through Funville.
Very cool.
Then I come back and ask you
there you go, NFT wonderful. You heard him?
OVR hip hop, I love it.
Yeah, that's that crypto hip hop.
No doubt. So this is a space, you're just hanging out in your room and now you've been teleported to this pretty cool stage that's got some music, some OVR based, crypto based hip hop, NFT based hip hop.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
So what would you have used to build a space like this?
I think he used this platform called Vectory. And it allows you to do a little bit more. It's easier if you got experience,
Yeah.
It's a dope space, it's like an amphitheater vibe.
And is the audio spatial as well? Like if you were to walk out of that hex, then you won't hear it anymore?
No, it's playing constant. That's one thing they have to work on. They have to work on that spatial audio, I feel like.
No doubt.
And that's coming. But as I move around, the music is always playing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me take you to another one.
For sure. Thanks for showing us that one. I hadn't seen one with the audio component yet, and just the whole stage.
We have another one that's live right next to it. Let's check it out.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. So when it says live, it just means there's something happening in there, or does it mean there's actually people in there?
Exactly. Okay. No, live means it's an experience. An experience has been created for that hex.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the potential in that is just so so insane.
It's
So
too
you're just
much.
jumping
It's
into
a
these
lot of
hexes. Like,
potential.
yeah, you're not
There
even
you
using the
go.
geographical side of it, right? Like
Look at
this
this.
is just you jumping into any
Nah, you
hex
could just
anywhere in the
jump
world.
in.
Enter the
Just
non-fungible
like,
meta store.
it's the same thing
To
as
your left
crypto
and to your
vodka.
right, you will see different
You hear
orbs.
him? To your left,
These orbs will
to
be
your right.
used to
Yeah.
link you directly to the NFTs, where you'll be able to purchase these different NFTs.
Bingo. So let's click on this link. You click on this orb. Where is it taking me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think you clicked
I
on
think
it
my
and it
app
froze
crashed.
though. I'm not seeing
Yep.
it. Okay, there you
Yep.
go.
There you go. I'm reconnecting. Well, let's just look at the grandiose of the space.
Meta store. Yeah, it looks massive.
Yeah.
So each one of these little, he's got like a table or like a long desk, and each one of these orbs that are on the desk are an NFT.
All of these songs that are playing.
An NFT music, it seems. Is he doing tracks, or I guess we'll find out.
Let's see. I just
see
clicked
where it
on
brings
one.
us.
Yep, this is an NFT track.
Yeah, so each one is a music track.
So think about it, things that what we could actually do with it with our NFT. I gotta connect them with a few of them ASAP because this is dope. You feel me?
Yeah, that's super
And then
dope.
you got his character up there.
He's got a little dancer up there.
Mm-hmm.
Apple Gang, as you can see, I'm right here on the stage breakdancing right now. All of these songs that are playing can be bought as NFTs for the non-fungible album.
This is song, the non-fungible album. So this basically is listening party. You feel me? So imagine he could have people in here and you could do a whole listening party,
I love it, yeah. Charles saying music NFTs for the win. Let's go. NFT wonderful.
Let's go.
This is dope, man.
Let's go.
I've never seen an OVR wonderful space like this.
Oh, David, this is just the beginning. It's lit.
Yo,
in the Metaverse, it's gonna be a new song. Let's go. My sunroom, I got NFTs on. He's snapping.
Yeah, man, this is lit. Yo, how much are these NFTs, man? I gotta support this guy. NFT wonderful. Let's go.
There you go. NFT wonderful. Hey, let's go, David.
There you go. We're giving him some free advertising here. Everyone go check it out.
Let's go.
Let's check out his OpenSea. That's good. This is what we're talking about. This is that direct peer-to-peer Metaverse transactions.
Yeah.
This is the new Web3 economy, right? This is the new Web3 economy.
What I would have him do is have this link to like Tamago or have this link to like something on the near blockchain because he'll have full autonomy and full control over it then.
Charles just said he needs to be on Emanate. These should be linked into Emanate so you can play his tracks on there.
Exactly.
You can get direct compensation.
Exactly. Exactly.
How much he's selling those
Emanate,
for? There's 50 total, 25 sold already, so he's doing all right.
Yeah.
25 owners, 50 total. Looks like he hasn't relisted it yet.
Yeah.
OMI. So each one has a blockchain reference. I saw the other one was ENS, and now this one was OMI.
You see it. You're paying attention, right?
I see it. Respect. Yeah. NFT wonderful. I gotta find this guy. Maybe you gotta have a conversation with him. Sounds like he's onto something.
I'm gonna give him a shout out on Twitter. After this, don't worry, David. Don't worry. Web3 Warriors Twitter's gonna be blown up.
Let's go, man. Let's go. They're all welcome, man. It's all welcome. That's what we're here for. Yeah. This is the Web3 movement,
So this
is exactly what I'm talking about.
I want to take you. We're gonna do a tour. I'm gonna take you to a few of these bad boy spots. That's what I'm saying. My spot is cool, but David, I ain't sure.
Yeah, now I know what you mean. Just this one. Just that one spot is just like a little micro economy, right? It just shows so perfectly, what the potential is in this space. Build. Music NFTs for the win, for real. Like any musician out there getting fractions of what you're worth, trying to fight for scraps off the table of a record industry, just so that you can get your tiny percentage and they can claim rights to your name and rights to your every creation for however many years, all you people sweating that old traditional Web 2 world, you got to realize the potential here in this Web 3 space, right? You're going to get paid the full, compensation that you deserve. You're going to get a good 95, 98, 90% of all of the revenue. Nobody's going to take your content forever. No one's going to lay claim to your entire name and image and likeness. So this is the space to be, especially for musicians, frankly. Like, I've got a couple musician friends I'm trying to tell, and I won't lie, it's just their eyes glaze over. I know they're not hearing me the way that we're talking here. You know, people who are in the know are in the know, but I'm just going to keep saying it. We're just going to keep saying it here. But that parcel you just shared with us is a perfect example of what's the potential here, right? So anybody can drop into NFT Wonderful's cool little listening party where he's got all his tracks lined up there. Anybody can go purchase those tracks, and when they do, he's getting 95%, like a big chunk of that revenue directly supporting him, right? It's beautiful. And he probably put that together, you know, mostly on his own, limited initial investment, just buying that hex, setting that up. Again, with OVR, that's one advantage I really think they have, is the accessibility. The costs are not too insane. So I highly recommend. It's just a really cool concept. Everybody, especially if you're a musician, but really any creator, needs to look into OVR, look into the metaverse more broadly, and look into NFTs if you're not already on it. That's what we're here for, okay? This is what Web3 Warriors is trying to tell the people. We got an opportunity here. All right, where are we going next, Ibro?
Trying to get these things to take me directly there. Well, let's see.
I'm just flying around in my space. I love this space so much. I'm going to make some improvements to it. I haven't done anything on the second floor yet. But just look at this. Like, I was literally just airdropped this, okay? I'm going to plug them again.
Exactly.
RenaissanceCity.art. Everybody go check out their project. It's very cool. The fact that they just gave me this whole museum, like they just airdropped it to me for no cost. And now I can go in, you know, customize it, create the space however I want. And I can share this with anybody, like anybody who's even just in Web 2. Even people who haven't, you know, stepped up to the Web3 world quite yet, they can still jump in here too. All I need is the link. So this space is mine and it's on the blockchain. But anybody can jump in even without having their wallet connected, even without having a Web3 wallet. All they need is the link. They can jump in. Like, I could send this to my dad who has no idea how to use a Web3 wallet yet, and he could just walk around in this space and see some of the cool art that we've collected here at Web3 Warriors, you know? So that's just so amazing, man. I'm so impressed by this one single project. It's just an example of what's possible.
Real utility, my friend.
In crypto voxel, right? And right now, any of these can be clicked on, and you can go to them. It's just amazing. Cool. Where are we going here, Ibro?
I'm trying to take you to a outer space type immersive experience here. I'm just waiting for to load. This is one of the more detailed spaces, and I really wanted to load.
So how are you what's the general sense within the OVR community when you're looking at growth, you're looking at adoption? I know there's Superworld. I'm sure there's a couple other competitors popping up. But how are you feeling at it? I got the stats on the screen here. Pretty impressive.
We used to set the tone. We got an integration with Sandbox recently, where you could have your Sandbox asset be integrated into OVR. You could move them around. Like, you could command that asset to move in AR and like command it to come here, or just, you know, whatever it's supposed to be doing. So I don't think it's much really competition, man. It's more so just integration. I think what OVR does is try to integrate with other techs very well. It's bringing in the POAPs, it's bringing in the wearables, so you'll be able to have the wearable component. So think about that with I feel like Decentraland, and think about Sandbox coming in. You got the AI coming in. You could work on Polygon. Like, I think they're more so thinking about how to compete more by adding more value than actually competing by shutting the door down, you know?
Yeah. And again, I always say the big evolution, I think, in Web3 is, you know, switching from that old scarcity mindset and into the abundance mindset. All right. So Web 2, traditional world, traditional capitalism, you know, limited resources. We all want to hodl our resources together. And there's it's a scarcity mindset. If I lose mine, I'm not going to be able to get it back, you know, all that kind of thing. And competing against the next man. And if he's got it, that means I don't have it. All of that is old thinking. Okay. So the Web3 space, we're tapping into abundance. We're seeing that, the more people create together collaboratively, the more they grow together and build together. And really, if someone, tries to steal an idea from you, or there's, any of that kind of older traditional Web 2 problems, they still exist in Web 3. But through the power of collaboration, through the power of having the transparency and accountability right there on the blockchain, it's very easy to implement rules that can guide projects and can allow for collaboration in a way that, again, is abundant and just allows people to continue to create revenue for themselves, create revenue for their community and their project without really having to be worried about some of those older traditional concerns. Because if you're building and you're addressing a specific need and you are targeting a specific community or audience, you just keep doing that and nobody can take that from you, right? So people can try to copy you, people can try to smear, whatever, maybe say whatever they want about you, but ultimately nobody can take that track that you're on because it's on the blockchain, and because it's immutable, and it's basically on you and it's on your community to make sure that it comes to fruition. So that's Web3, and that's the old mindset we're trying to push to the side and embrace this new opportunity to really just build and focus on growth and really, get that compensation, that peer-to-peer compensation aligned with the transparency and accountability of the blockchain. So it's a huge opportunity, and it's a very important switch in the mindset. Scarcity is old world.
Mindset for sure. You got to change the mindset and the tone. I think once you change the mindset, it definitely just follows, because it shouldn't really be scarcity. Like that's really like a construct when it's abundance all around us.
And that construct helped a very specific group of people, right? Like a very specific elite group of people that benefit from this scarcity construct. And I have to say, looking at that Bitcoin Miami conference and seeing some of the takeaways from the conversations and the speakers on stage, I found it pretty inspiring. I am not a Bitcoin maxi by any means, but I do definitely give Satoshi and I give Bitcoin all due reverence because they did create the foundations, and they're doing what they set out to do. And it's really interesting to see the language that's coming out of Bitcoin Miami around replacing the banks. And you have some people kind of saying, oh, well, there's going to be new banks that are crypto friendly. And you have other people that are just saying, forget the old banking structure altogether. Like, we don't even need banks at all. Like, we're our own bank. And, through decentralized Web3 wallets, we won't need the banks, period. So it's a really interesting conversation that's kind of going. And it's switched from Bitcoin's going to be a world currency to Bitcoin is just a reserve of value, right? And that any, basically whether it's US dollar on the blockchain or even other currencies, euros on the blockchain, that Bitcoin is essentially going to backstop that on the blockchain and add this whole new layer of value in the digital space. But some people think that you're still going to be using essentially digital versions of fiat currency. So it was just a really cool kind of evolutionary discussion that's happening at Bitcoin Miami right now. And I've been really liking some of the nerdier takeaways from there. But it's really interesting the way regulators are coming to the space these days, some with different intentions than others. And it's just a really interesting balancing act, I think. So
they want to regulate because this is like, it's not even, I don't think Bitcoin is actual currency, it's energy. You feel me? Think about it.
All money is energy, really, if you want to break it down.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche.
But that's the truth, though. It's interesting the way that I think they've given up on it being the main currency, but they still, whether it's the way El Salvador or Ecuador, is doing it with, having it as an option, as a recognized option for currency. But everybody at Bitcoin Miami seems pretty convinced that basically if you're a bank that's not embracing Lightning or Bitcoin, you're going to fail. Like, you're going to die. That's all there is to it. So the Lightning system is here to revolutionize everything. All right. We got a new space here.
We got a new space. This is from Cyber Nerd Baby. There's a train like a bus, or train, like it makes you feel like you're moving. All right.
Yeah, that's really cool. So there's like a graphic outside the window that's moving by.
Yep.
Oh snap, we lost it. I could see
That's
how that
me.
one's a little heavy. It's a heavy space.
It is, but it's dope as hell. I'm
Yeah,
trying
it
to get
looked
it
really
back
cool,
and pop back in.
All right.
And there's multiple other live experiences around us.
You think they own all those?
I don't like to assume, my friend, but I wouldn't be surprised. X's ain't that bad, you know.
No doubt. No, it's really cool, man.
I know they're one of the most creative people on the app, in my opinion. They're very creative, and they work well with it as a team. So it's a female and a male, dope individuals, and they just be kicking ass, doing stuff.
So now you got the outer space thing
this
happening.
this was made with the Unity SDK, I'm sure. And you got your avatar right there. So like, imagine, right? You'll have your AI bot in here, and you could probably talk to him and say, "Hey, what is this?" Or like, "What's going on here?" You know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like a chat bot where it has automatic responses and things like that, right?
Yep. If somebody else was in here, I'd be able to chat with them. And you see, it says Cyber Nerd Baby.
It's the Tesla bot.
This is the Tesla bot.
Nice.
From Cyber Nerd Baby. They actually gifted me a SpaceX rocket, like a Tesla SpaceX rocket in AR that's in one of my lands, or it's one of my folders. But
that's awesome.
But you can walk around, ultra dope, right?
Yeah,
got
that's
the
so
Zen
sick.
state, right? Completely different. You got your little lounge.
Yeah, so you're basically in a spaceship with some Tesla bots, looking at some pretty cool blue flowers and interesting space foliage. And so each of these images on the wall, would those be NFTs, you think, or?
You want to find out? Let's see.
Yeah, that's a really cool concept, though. I never thought of even like bringing it to outer space, right? It's like,
oh, David,
literally
that's why that scene that's not loading. It's a whole entire like Star Wars fight scene.
Oh, cool.
So this right here, I don't know. This isn't an NFT, but
it does have a QR code on it. I noticed.
Yep, it does have a QR code on it.
Interesting.
Metaverse 2088.
Nice. Well, that's super cool,
Roblox
man.
eliminates universities. Look, how Roblox universities are now omnipresent when you are merged with the metaverse. You feel me?
Nice.
And this is the whole entire scene. I think I'm 90% sure this was made through Unity, because that's what allows you to have this type of like fidelity, you know?
Yeah, and all the little floating orbs are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles says Cyber Nerd Baby's a real one. They're the real ones, yeah. No doubt.
For real. I'm trying to give everybody a tour, man, because this is like legit.
Well, I love it. You let them all know they're showing on Web3 Warriors. We're going to have this live on our video archives as well, so it'll be there forever on YouTube. Twitch, I think, removes them after 2 weeks or something. But yeah, definitely please try to get your OVR people on my Twitch as well. We got to get those follows up on Web3 Warriors. We are marching our way to affiliate, 50 followers, and we're going to have some fun new stuff that we can do once we get to that phase.
We got to interview one of them.
Yeah, no, let them know, man. I'm open. I mean, the next 2 weeks I think are filled, but we're definitely down to book some more OVR, AR conversation. We'd love to hear specific projects, specific pitches. If anybody wants to share, maybe promote what they're doing in OVR and wants to let more people know, like, we're here for it, for sure. I'm really impressed with what they're doing.
Definitely, our builder group is here, and we definitely like to. We want to showcase what we do, because hey, that's what we do. We build. So I think that's definitely something I work on, trying to get the word out. And with Charles being on here, he knows that shit. uh, he'll be able to validate everything I say. So that's the beauty.
Yeah, this
of
is
it.
a real deal. You know, we're still relatively new. We're building out here, but it's that kind of community of builders and creators who see the value in Web3. You know, we're not just like chasing hype. We're not just chasing FOMO. We're not promising, that you're going to make $1 million in a month or something. You know, it's really about creating amazing, dope art and actually compensating creators who are making these amazing spaces, amazing artworks, amazing projects.
Right.
Metaverse spaces, everything. We want to talk to anyone and everyone building in Web3 for Web3 and for the community, right? That's what it's about.
Right.
Let us know, Charles, or anyone else in the chat, if you got any questions, comments, suggestions. We'd love to hear it. And yeah, definitely you can hit us up at web3warriors@gmail.com as well if you're listening to the replay and you're interested in sharing maybe your own project, whether it's in OVR or any other metaverse or even any other NFT projects that you got going on. We are definitely interested in hearing from you. Also, any potential sponsors, if you want to reach out at web3warriors@gmail.com. Definitely open to that conversation as well. So yeah, we're definitely booking into the future. It's getting exciting because I'm hearing from some pretty cool projects and random Web3 creators reaching out, which we love to see. So open invitation, web3warriors@gmail.com. If anyone wants to reach out with any ideas or questions, please do. Yeah. All right, we got another spot open.
Let's get hexadized. Haha.
Let's get hexadized. Let's go.
Let's get it. This is Hex's spot, man. This is another homie creative right here.
Badass looking mechanical monkey right there.
Yeah, so this Metabot ape has a banana gun in his that comes with it, I think, or it's one of the assets that he made as well.
Metabot, that looks badass.
Yeah, and so if you touch here, boom. That's the beauty of it. This is legit a gallery, just like it's a Renaissance city, but in an augmented space.
That's awesome. Banana guns.
Banana guns. Yeah, you get the banana gun, and this is.
So if you buy a banana gun, it's going to have some interesting utility in OVR or in some metaverse, I guess. I'm vaguely familiar with the Metabot or Meta Ape.
So it says hosts 2 unique metaverse utilities. First is being worked on metaverse version for unique banana gun. Second is base model customized Metabot avatar I designed and built. These assets can be used in the Neos VR metaverse platform. So these are Neos assets that you could use and shit you could shoot. That's fire.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, and this is. I'm telling you, this is the sleeper cell community of Web3, in my opinion. That's why we don't need the buzz. Everything is just going to work naturally, for real, because it's already here. The content's here. It's just all about getting people here,
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Yeah, the banana guns work too. Apparently, his name is Apollo Official. That's what Charles says.
Yep, that's Apollo. Yep, sorry, that's Apollo stuff.
That's sick. So are these part of his NFT collections on the wall then?
Yep. So these are part of collective that he's a part of, or assists with. This is the Osuvox. This is one of the best communities, hands down.
You had mentioned them before as well, and you said you had an Osuvox as well, right?
Yep, I do. These are dope. What you'll see is there's a portal. Once you connect, I don't have the NFT collected on this avatar on this wallet. I don't have my MetaMask connected on this phone, so I wouldn't be able to connect and show you. But they have different characters. This is my character right here. I got this one right here, but I got him. He came with a cat,
nice.
And it's dope. But all these come with a mech suit, right? And that mech suit I can use it in Sandbox or whatever. So this is a 3D asset that I would get. So I have this 3D asset currently, and I could do something with it. So that's the beauty of it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, you were mentioning Osuvox before. I hadn't heard of them before, so that's really cool. And the fact that they've got that Sandbox collaboration is so clutch.
Yeah, I think this is just some alpha, but Cyber Nerd Baby, that space we just left from, I think they're their 3D asset. They're their 3D character maker. So that quality of work is what you're gonna expect all around.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, Charles is saying.
Space, man.
Charles said, Osuvox, they're the quiet community just building stuff.
Yeah, Osu gang, man. As
Let's
soon as I
go.
joined the Osu gang, that's when really like my 3D stuff started taking off. I'm like, yo, um, so hold on. Did you end up getting this Metabot 8 because you bought the Meta gun, Charles? Or did I read that wrong? Because if that's the case, I'll be getting one of those ASAP.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna have to go get a meta banana gun if I get this
We,
dope
yeah,
robot.
we need Apollo to drop a couple of these. I need this. This is dope as hell,
Apparently
man.
it does. It comes with the gun. I think I need to get a gun too.
Oh, big alpha. That's big alpha there. Oh, oh man.
For
I got,
.03, you get a dope robot ape.
we'll be getting that for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like
What's a bit more about the Meta Ape
great.
project? I'm curious now. I want to know more.
You want to find out more about Apollo's spot? I think Apollo may have a spot in here.
Yeah, let's
So
go.
let's see.
Let's find a spot.
Let's see if we can see. And Charles and Phil, ask Charles if he knows Apollo's hex. I'll drop it. I'll go to it.
You know his hex, Charles, and he says that you can
hex,
customize that robot ape as well. That's what Charles said.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah, the Bored Ape crew's bullshitting if they haven't connected with him. It's stupid.
He said there's no one not published yet. He says.
Okay.
Ape.
Yeah, because he's probably working on something wicked. He's probably working on the whole entire metaverse. And so, like the one space. Let's go to this other hex. So we had 2 hexes open for that LA show. Let's pop over to this one. We got some other dope builders over here. They're still all part of the OVR gang. We're all part of the OVR community. We got the OVR landlord. We got Space Painter. Oh yeah. We got Savvy. We got Mert. We got Dope Stilo. We got Fifth World. We got Fazed. You feel me? Third Planet Studios. Altered Alley.
I feel like I've heard of Fifth World, but I'm not sure if it's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Adrian, Dominic. Oh yeah. So Adrian was the first person that kind of walked me through like how to use. I'm going to show you what he does, and that's really dope.
Adrian comes around Clubhouse, right?
No, he does not. He needs to though.
Must be a different Adrian.
Hex, all y'all need to get in Clubhouse, man. I'm telling you, that's how we could really take over that OVR community.
Yeah, we'd love to get on stage. We could even get an OVR. We should have an OVR club going on Clubhouse, man. I think it's promising enough to justify that.
Heck, you heard it here first, and you didn't even hear it from me.
It's an option. We're building on Clubhouse now. We got some decent groups going. I'll give a quick plug to the Dream Conduit. We've got this Storytime DAO launching up now.
Nonprofit, carbon neutral DAO.
Yes, the Dream Conduit.
Another musically inclined space right here, David.
Oh wow.
This was Adrian's Dominic. His technique is creating a dome-like structure, so you already feel like you are in a virtual experience, right? Yeah. Him and his homie Tudaz made the music for this. They're wicked. Man, I tell you, they kick ass, bro. This was like the first space where I walked to when I thought about we spent hours in here. Like, you could see how we can just spend hours in here. We proofread the hell out this space, all these other spaces, just to make sure it fit right? So, as somebody as you get into the space, you walk up to this, boom, and you read it, right? Love, you feel me? Love transcends, takes time. Feel me? Designed by Adrian Dominic. You can see more of his stuff, and music by Tudaz, right? And this is the best viewpoint. So you want to turn right here, you want to click right here, and turn around. Nice. And you really see what's happening. You feel me?
That's so cool. Yeah, it reminds me kind of I know in Insomnium Space they have these orbs that they like to promote. It's kind of from a VR perspective, but it's very similar to this, where you just kind of walk in and then it looks like this whole big room.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I can't hear the music this time though. I don't know if it's playing or not. But...
It just reset.
Okay.
For about now.
Oh yeah, it's very
faint. I can hear it in my end.
Yeah, I can hear it faintly.
Yeah. So this was the very first spot that I felt like, okay, this can really go somewhere. in OVR because I really spent hours in here, like legit, David. Me and the homies really spent hours in here just talking, just figuring it all out, you know,
chopping it up and listening to some tunes.
chopping
Yeah,
it
no,
up.
I could see
Exactly.
it.
And if you see how he kept them at the scene light, if he kept the same material, just overlaid it differently because we're inside this orb right here. If you're paying attention,
Yeah,
like this
for
orb
sure.
right here is this thing right here is just spinning in a different motion. So it's beautiful. It's from a builder's perspective. This is the hack. You know, it's a dome.
Yeah. Look at
You
how
know?
small it looks too when you're outside of it. It looks like this tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Once you're
And
standing
so,
in it, it's like bam,
well,
whole
you're immersed.
big room.
And that's the beauty of it. People have to understand, like, tech or just like lights, shadows give you different type of depth and like field view, you know?
No doubt. I love it, man. Thank you for this tour. This has been really cool. Definitely anybody catching the recording, are going to have to edit it down a little bit so there's not too much dead air.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely, I would encourage everybody to please tune in to our video archive on YouTube. Or if you're listening to this in the first week, you can also check the recording on Twitch. But the video archive on YouTube will be a little bit tighter, better edited. So recommend everybody checking it out there to get the full experience and seeing these different OVR spaces and how truly impressive they are. And you can just imagine, just on the music front, just in that one application, being able to jump into either of those two rooms we just saw that basically serve as like listening parties, digital listening parties. You can just jump into the room from anywhere, and then you actually can get linked to their NFTs of their music and purchase it directly. And this is a marketing opportunity that can just be used anytime, any place, very easily, and ultimately can get you sales. As we saw in that first room, you know, he had sold a good chunk of those files already, and he had some more NFTs to sell that he hadn't listed yet. But it's just a really, really cool opportunity just looking at music, but even for artists as well, same situation, right? You put up your art pieces in this one hex, and when people go and visit it, they will be like, hey, that's really cool art. And all they have to do is click on the art piece and get brought to the NFT location and purchase it. And that can sync up with any NFTs as well. It doesn't have to be on Ethereum. It can be an NFT from Tezos. It can be an NFT on the Solana blockchain, Binance, whatever the case may be. So just really amazing opportunities in OVR specifically, but really just with AR in general. It's just really cool to think about how the blockchain and Web3 is going to take full advantage of this amazing technology. Charles says, don't tease me with a good time. Got to come to Clubhouse, man. Come join us on Clubhouse. There's a lot going on, lots of building, lots of cool community.
You got to, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you'll be more than welcome. We got the Dream Conduit, a first of its kind nonprofit carbon neutral DAO, helping people onboard into Web3. We've got the Blockchain Gospel, which is a really cool community of a lot of hip hop heads, a lot of interesting philosophical people just chopping it up, talking blockchain and Satoshi and all of the amazing tech coming out and the implications of that tech. What else we got? We got the Storytime DAO that's just started up in the last couple weeks, looking at building and aggregating stories on the blockchain. That's going to be a really cool project. So that's just three cool projects we got building over in Clubhouse. So just saying, Charles, you know, you might be.
You got neighborhood jewelry with Kane too.
Oh, of course, neighborhood jewelry. Yeah, you got to plug neighborhood jewelry. Got amazing stuff. They're educating people on the Bitcoin NFTs, which I'm still very out of the loop on. I got my free wallet. I've looked at the market a little bit, but I do not know how to purchase a Bitcoin NFT still at this point. But I'm gonna figure it out.
David, it's so easy.
Yeah, no, I know it's easy because I listen to people do it, but I haven't personally done it myself yet.
It's just the user experience makes you feel like you're stealing from like the bank or something. But it's like it's dope because it's so old school that you see why it's like you can't break it. You feel me? Exactly. It's like having a safe from the 30s, and while you have somebody trying to sell you a safe from 2020, it's like, boy, I got a safe from 1930. Why do I even want to look at that?
Yeah, no, it's funny, and I don't disagree with the benefits of blockchain. I'm here for it. I like the idea. The platform itself, I just need to know a little bit more on, but I'm confident, like you say, as soon as it's on the blockchain, it's on the blockchain. So even if for some reason that platform doesn't pan out, ultimately you're still going to have it in your wallet. You're still going to have it on the blockchain, right?
Right. And I met Indelible, who is its husband, who does all the programming for Counterparty
Right.
and Exchange. So just
That's not to say that
Turned it down.
testing.
Yeah, I turned it down on my
How about
end,
now?
so we're okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is Fifth World spot. This is the homie Fifth World. We got the whole entire Caribbean vibes going on.
No doubt.
You feel me?
That's cool, man. So again,
You know?
where would he have made those plants? Do you think that's a great gravity sketch?
Those plants are 3D assets. Let me see. And that's...
Oh, he's got a big desert over there.
Yeah.
Cool.
He probably placed that off in the side, like that's the oasis.
No doubt.
And this is how it looks. There you go.
Very cool.
So this is the view. I'm gonna screenshot this because this is my first time in here.
Nice.
This is dope.
That's very cool. That's Fifth World.
It just shows you. Yeah, it just shows you like it's so many things you could do, and I'm gonna do one more just so. Because I've been trying to get in this space just to see it, and this just to show you like the wearable side of it. Dodge Art, man. Those near knots. I'm bullish as hell on near protocol. I just started looking at it. No. I just started looking at near. I'm not even started, but.
Let me get back to interview mode. I like what Near is doing as a community and their support, like through their DAO and through like community supports.
It's literally the best community. They got it right, Dave, because if you give people power, they're gonna fuck with you. Like it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer. Like I feel empowered by Near, and I'm not even on that shit.
Right. I see people empowered by Near, and I'm like, damn, why did I get a piece of that?
Bro. Long story short, I bought Near right when the war started, when they touched 7. That shit touched $19 yesterday. I'm like, okay, this is seeming like something I like to get into.
Really? It's up to 19. You said it was down at $7 at one point.
It was at 7 when I was at
I was looking at it too. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to plug in with the community and maybe start earning some Near. That would be nice. Because I've heard they're pretty good. They're pretty good for compensating their creators and people in this space.
They're very good. They're very good. That's what I'm trying to find out, how to best be suited. I want to be on the 3D marketplace side, though. I want to be on the 3D content creation side, create these metaverse experience or augmented reality. Man, I love Near. No funny, and I don't know shit about them. I just love how the community be respected.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty. So this right here is Zinx. He's one of the premier wearable customizers or shoe makers in the space.
Nice. So when you say wearable shoe makers, what does that look like in the OVR context, though? Or would those shoes work in Sandbox?
We about to see.
Crypto Voxel.
We about to see. There you go.
Oh wow, that's a pretty dope looking shoe, I gotta say. Holy smokes!
Shit, we ain't got nothing to say. I just pull up and show up. He customizes actual shoes, so you could get the actual physical as well.
Get the other angle on that shoe, man. I want to see the side of that one, the yellow one.
You want the angle? I got you. We'll walk around for the store, man.
Oh, boom. That's impressive,
boom.
Man.
David,
this is his brand, Z1?
Yep, Zinx. His name is Zinx.
Zinx.
There you go.
Sick,
so you got.
I like those pink ones, man. Those are lit. Oh, that was
Let me
cool
get a better view for you.
That's his Bored Ape too?
I'm not sure. I think he might have just did customizations for somebody. Z1. But these, I think, Hex, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you could get these in Decentraland as well.
Those are beautiful. Sorry, let me bring up the full screen. People can see a little closer. Yeah, those are amazing, man. Wow. So well rendered. It's just interesting in OVR how there are these such wide variations of graphic quality, you know? They see something like that, looks like it could even be done in freaking Unreal. It's so defined, well defined.
Exactly. And you know what it is, David? I'll tell you a secret as a builder. It's texture mapping. It's material layers. As long as you have the structure, you can layer a material over it to make it look better, you know?
Wow, this guy did a real good job. That's sick. Oh, go over there. Let's see it. He shows the making of his shoes over there on the screen there.
I just saw it. Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on. Oh.
That's impressive. So digital wearables are a whole other amazing marketplace that really is just starting to blow up. I mean, last year it was already going pretty crazy lucrative, but we're going to see in the next year or two, like, it's digital fashion is real and it's here to stay and it's not going anywhere. And whether it's shoes, dresses in the metaverse, bags, hats, even just your whole avatar, right? It's really impressive. So people who have these kind of skills to make shoes like that look that dope in the metaverse, like, that's going to be good money. I don't know if he's already, is there an NFT attached to them already or no?
I believe so.
Let's see what they're going for. If there is, I'd be very curious to see, because I think he's got a little Decentraland logo on the floor there. I see. So maybe these are specifically. We're gonna go
to his Twitter page.
Okay.
We're gonna go to his Twitter page and see what's going on here.
Yeah, let's see, because it looks like they're made specifically for Decentraland. If I'm taking that logo on his floor to mean anything.
So this is actually okay. So this is the client he made it for. So let's go back to here. I know he has clickable links in here for himself. Give me a second to find them.
Yeah, I'm just curious if those shoes are already DCL wearables that are available for purchase, because I bet you they're worth a lot of money.
I really think they are.
I bet you they're not cheap. I bet you they're not cheap at all. I bet you they're more expensive than most real world shoes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. But it's the quality of work is there.
And it depends on the editions, right? If it's one of one or if there's like thousands of them, that might make a difference too as to the price. But I've seen quite a few wearables in Decentraland, and I got to say those shoes look quite a bit nicer than any of the other ones I've seen. Just as far as the quality of it. He's got a little ATM machine there. That's awesome.
Got your little checkout process.
That's so sick. Wow. So this is a digital shoe wearable creator who has created an OVR space that shows his really impressive wearable creations, which look like they're all shoes, at least as of right now. And specifically 3 shoes that he has on display there that may or may not be attached to a current NFT that's available for purchase. But they look like they're wearable shoes for Decentraland. So again, going back to that abundance versus scarcity mindset, going back to being agnostic, you know, towards the metaverse spaces that we decide to take part in and support. It's really just like not saying one's better than the other, or if you enjoy crypto voxels, you can't enjoy Decentraland. There really is a place for all of them, and there really is an opportunity to actually create, revenue and to build creations, whether it's wearables, whether it's actual real estate in these spaces, and create awesome revenue for yourself and business avenues for yourself, but even more importantly, just really cool spaces for your community or for yourself to hang out in and be creative and just express yourself in this new digital space. So yeah, he's saying Z1 Kicks is in DCL as well. Thanks for being here, Charles. You're giving us some good background info. Appreciate that.
Man, telling you,
so yeah, he says this guy's got his own space in Decentraland.
Yeah.
So they're real physical shoes first, and then you NFT your shoe. Oh, that makes sense. Because I have seen shoes like that in real life. Yeah,
those are Air Force Ones. These are Air Force Ones hot tops. So you would get the white version, and then you'll send him what you want, and he'll customize them, and then he'll wrap it. It's beautiful because if you know how to structurally do so, it's so easy. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. It's beautiful, man. Shout out to homie Zinx. Shout out to the OVR.
Shout out, man. Shout out Zinx. That's amazing. I'm impressed. Yeah. It's like, I mean, now that you mention it, like, yeah, I guess once you have that Air Force One like foundational thing built, right? And then it's just a matter of wrapping all those cool graphics on it, which might not be that hard, but damn if they don't look fresh AF.
Tell you, let me screenshot this for the records myself.
There you go. Share it with the homie. Tell him we were promoting his stuff on here. Z1 Kicks. That's it. He's on Decentraland too. Yeah. So you can probably just go on to open. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that right now. Let me see what we bring up his thing on OpenSea right here. See what we got.
I'm gonna end the stream on this, David.
Cool.
And shoot, actually, we'll probably do a tour next time around because he looked like he has 3 hexes that are live right next to each other. I'm gonna pop in one real quick just to see I might just jump in the I might jump back in the Discord to share you guys.
Cool. I just brought up his Z1 kicks that he has available on OpenSea, but no, they've been minted. Okay, so Z1, it looks like he's in production, man. He's got these things about ready to go, but they haven't been sold yet. Ooh, wait. Are you guys seeing this? Oh, okay. I got to full screen it. Here we go. Look at that beauty.
Full screen.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Are you watching the stream? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at these beauties. Wow. Shout out Z1 Kicks. Some impressive wearables you got here, man. For real, for real. Ibro, if you want to go back on video, you can. It's up to you.
I am. Sorry, I forgot. I mean, not even forgot. I was on the other phone. So.
Look at these kicks. Oh, damn, those are fresh, man. I want those in Decentraland. Holy smokes, man. What do you guys think for price on these bad boys? What do you think they're gonna go for? I'm guessing 0.2 at least. 0.25.
I mean, I would say at least 0.1.
Yeah, at least well, it depends on the additions too, right? But it looks like they're one of ones though. Number 12 OG. Yeah, I would say they're at least 0.2. If they're one of ones, he hasn't put a price on them yet.
Because I think you have to get the real life shoe first. Maybe because of the link.
Yeah, that's what it says. Right? It says digital representation of an IRL custom shoe. So maybe someone buys the IRL first and he just airdrops these to them. I gotta say, as well as like when it comes to wearable presentation, like damn, man, it's got QR code on here. He's got like nice little pedestal and everything. Got the angles, going. Like, oh, sheesh. And like, I got those. What do you call them? You remember what's his face? French Montana did his drop, right?
Yep.
And I know a lot of people were hating on it, but I actually love the wearable shoes that I got from that drop, and it made it worth it for me, man. I was okay with it. At least I got some nice DCL wearables from it. He did kind of abandon the project, though. It was kind of shady stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna just take time for it to take. You never know; it might shoot up in value. That's like, true, you got this early, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's dope. That's his art. That's his work right there.
Yeah. You can see how he's kind of evolved too, right? His display on his initial kicks here, a little bit more basic, still nice. And now you look at his newest ones here, and it's like, damn, next level.
Right.
Well done, Zinc.
Hey, you gotta evolve, man.
Let's go.
You gotta show some progression.
He's got his cool cats, rocking the cool cats on there. Sheesh. You take the titles, Zinks. I gotta say, you take the title for best wearable kicks I've seen so far, man. This is impressive stuff right here.
Let's go.
Thanks for sharing, Ibro. That was an amazing tour. I love it. I don't even know what time we're at now. Hour and a half we've been going. Charles hanging out here. Appreciate you. Anybody in the chat who has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I did want to take do you have anything else on OVR you want to mention before we, I want to quickly plug your Freetown to Treetown project too. But I don't know if you had anything you want to just mention on the OVR front before we switch subjects, or on the Metaverse.
On the OVR front, man. I'm just happy that they're rolling out with so many actual like things that we can use, right? I wish like all those spaces we would have went to if the POAP system would have been ready, like all those spaces would have had POAPs for us to take, or not even take, but to mint, you know. So that would have been dope.
Nice. Well, that's coming. It says that's Q2, right? Or is it Q1? Oh, it is Q1, yeah. I just realized they have that whole roadmap right here on their website, so I didn't have to.
I missed that.
Yeah, I didn't have to upload the image, but that's all good. This looks cool. No, there's a lot to look forward to here. I'd recommend everybody to go to overthereality.ai. That's the OVR website, OVER, thereality.ai, and you can find a lot of really cool information about what OVR is doing. You can sign up to get yourself your own OVR hexes, where you can do all kinds of really cool AR creations like what we have just shown and discussed, the pop-up locations, the amazing opportunities for marketing, whether it's music, whether it's art, anything really, but especially music and art. It's a really cool opportunity to just have a plot of land that people can view when they go there in real life, but they can also just jump in right on their phone through the OVR app. So it's just
Right.
so exciting, man. I'm so glad we devoted 2 episodes to this. I really think even just AR more broadly, I know it's been a pretty big promotion of OVR specifically, but really it's about AR as a new frontier. It's about the metaverse as an amazing frontier as well, because a lot of what we've discussed today can also apply in DCL, Decentraland, can also apply in crypto voxels, might apply in Somnium space, which is a little bit more VR heavy, a little bit more graphic intense metaverse option. But yeah, everything we've discussed so far is really just about the metaverse frontier, not only about OVR, not only about AR. It's really just a broad topic that's going to continue to evolve, and we're going to continue to revisit it here with Ibro, and he's plugging me in with the rest of the OVR community, or the OVR community. I got to get used to calling it over now. I kind of liked OVR.
All got to call it over.
But yeah, keep us plugged in, Ibro, please. They're all welcome. They're all Web3 warriors in our eyes, and we'd love to hear from them and hear any amazing creative projects that are going down. Yeah, it's an open invitation. And you can email us at web3warriors@gmail.com if you have any questions or suggestions. Please don't hesitate. All right, Ibro, what's the website for your Freetown to Treetown project? I want to just talk that about a little bit, because I think you've got some impressive Web3 projects, and like me, you're not super outspoken about your projects that you're working on. You're not out there pitching them and promoting them very often, but I think it's good and important for us to promote each other when we can. And I think that specific project is very linked to sustainability, which is close to my heart, but it's also linked to Africa and Sierra Leone, which is my lineage. And it's a really cool opportunity to show, again, the potential in Web3, the real potential to do what actually matters, which is make a significant impact in the world, make a significant impact on the lives of people, make a significant impact on the environment of the planet that we all share. So on that note, Ibro has a really cool project called Freetown to Treetown, where he is tracking trees and purchasing, selling t-shirts that then turn into trees planted in Sierra Leone. I will let you do a much better job of describing it.
Buy a Freetown tree and we'll grow a tree. So our motto is buy a tea, grow a tree. And what we've done, and the link is finorx.com, finorx.com.
That's it. There we go.
And what we've done is, I'm going to share I'm trying to find this link for you for something else. What we've done is created a system where we've purchased 5,000 trees upright, and we linked them to shirts. And these shirts essentially are going to go to fight climate change. Is what we're trying to do, to fight climate change. But along that, we also developed the actual tree tracking system. And that itself has a lot of value when we think about environmental projects that say, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, but you can't really track the data behind it. Like when somebody says I planted 1 million trees, how can you track that data? So what we've done is created a tree tracking system that fully tracks that tree. So
what does that look like? Is it a blockchain based system?
It's not blockchain based yet, and I'm talking to my partners about figuring out a way to make it blockchain based. But what you would do is you would scan the QR code, and that QR code would take you to Treetown, to Freetown. It would take you to treetown.finor.com, and from there you will sign up and create an account. When you do that, it will take you and show you. It'll take you to a geographic location of your tree. It'll show you how much carbon offset that tree is creating, and then you also get rewarded within tokenization, just like in-game tokens, just like for the gamers, right? We all know about in-game tokens, but this is more so like an in-game token for the environment. Simultaneously, you also you see who planted the tree. So as soon as let's say Ibrahima Kebe planted the tree, you'll see the geographic location. You'll see a picture of the tree itself being planted, right? And every 3 to 6 months, you'll get updates on that tree. And what we're trying to do is create some type of machine learning system that will give off signals to where it will so we don't have to have such a high labor costs on people, like have people literally, you can't watch a tree grow its whole life. So have some type of system in there so that you can get signals or detection for like anything that's off with with the tree actual development.
Yeah,
So
that's really cool. And
what
even
we've
just
been trying
the
to do-
fact that there is growing, like tracking the growth of the tree is amazing. And like you were talking
Yep.
about, there's the in-game tokenization, but then there's also the future potential to have that on the blockchain and to kind of automate it, right?
Yep. And that would be our next step. So figuring out a way to like, okay, so really what we're in the process right now is filing our patent. So once we patent this, we're really going to be able to push the envelope for any city, anywhere. We literally go to, like, I'm looking outside my window, it's all trees. I go to the city of Fort Lauderdale and say, hey, we have developed a tree tracking system that could track your trees and let you know when X, Y, Z is happening, or just let you know how much carbon you're offsetting by planting these amount of trees. And, that itself is it's a no fucking brainer. Excuse my language. It's a no brainer. It's a no brainer because what are we pushing? Why are you trying to push the environment or any type of project if there isn't no real end goal? And for us, our
and
end goal,
accountability, right? It comes back to accountability, which is a key tenet of Web3 too, and I see a huge potential for this to be brought onto the blockchain and really be taken to that next level. And Charles in the chat saying it's a really cool project and that it's a huge concept, what you're talking about just there. And I agree fully. And definitely keep us posted as it continues to grow and evolve. And I'll be buying my Freetown tee shortly, soon. One of these. Yeah, definitely. It's exciting, man.
Thank you. And yeah, and you'll see, like, once you buy it, you'll be able, like, once you buy it, call me. We're gonna set up the account. You'll be able to see like who planted the tree. You'll see the geographic location. You'll have real actual data that you're getting, right? And so I'll be transparent. So we got awarded $100,000 grant from Michael Bloomberg, right, for the Freetown project, to Freetown, but that was awarded to the city. We were just a subsidiary because it's like, yeah, we'll use the city's name, but this is our project. You know how things go in these big boy projects. You get lost in the water. As soon as the money gets siphoned, like, you're like, yeah, they forget, like, who are you again? So what we're trying to do now is figure out a way to take this to the blockchain, really make an NFT project that's linked to this, whether it be a butterfly, a token, just something, to where it's like people know that this is actually it's already proven. We've already been awarded.
Yeah, and you can make the phygital, right, where you purchase that token and you get the shirt, and then that still has the exact same chain of tracking the tree and all the rest, right? So it's just that initial purchase turns into an NFT instead of a Web2 transaction, right?
Yeah. So that's really what I'm trying to do now.
That's exciting,
that's
man. Well, I'd love to help out however you need, man. I'm down to plug in wherever, man.
You being excited about it is perfect. That's really what I need. Like, that just shows that we're on the right path, because it's needed, man. It's needed.
It is. It's exciting. Cool, man. Well, I know we've been chopping it up about an hour and a half, going on 2 hours. I want to give the chat a chance. If you do have any questions as well, Charles, any closing thoughts? Thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate you. Appreciate anybody else who's been joining us and hanging out with us. We will have the recording live on YouTube by tomorrow, and we'll have the podcast live, edited and ready for the audio by this evening. It'll be on all the major podcast channels. But Ibro, thanks again, man, for doing part 2. I'm really excited. It's been amazing.
Let's grow.
Yeah, Charles saying, let's grow. Let's go. I hope we get more of your OVR friends in the space, and we can chop it up and really talk about the metaverse some more. Any closing thoughts, Ibro, before we shut her down?
Let's grow. I appreciate that. I think that thank you for the stage. Thanks for the opportunity to just be me, talk my stuff. Thank you for being an ear, simple. And I appreciate this. I think that in a space where validation isn't, well, just put it like this, in a space where people get over validated for simple shit, it's cool to be appreciated for some of the stuff that's happening, Yeah, so,
well, I
would say that this is more on the complicated side. Sorry.
Yeah, no doubt. And things, I think the whole space is complicated, and there's a lot to learn, and we're all continually learning. So the second you want to act like you know everything, you want to act like you're the expert, that's when I think you're doing yourself a real disservice. So I think even just the conversation we had today, the conversation we had last weekend has, I've got some good feedback, and I've learned a lot even just from asking you questions and all this stuff. I really didn't know that much about OVR and the potential in AR, really. So I hope that our listeners and viewers have also been able to gain a lot of education and value from that conversation. And we'll be revisiting it as OVR continues to work on that roadmap that we shared, you know, all those amazing pieces that they are implementing and activating. So we'll be tuning back with OVR in the metaverse, and we'll be looking at other metaverse spaces as well. Next week, we do have a interview with Man Low lined up. He's got a really cool NFT project around the art of sound money and how he represents the concepts of blockchain, very fundamental concepts like financial sovereignty and transparency, accountability, in a really cool artistic way. So I'm looking forward to getting into that next week and sharing that with everybody. It's a really neat NFT project. So we'll be back talking arts and NFTs next week, but definitely Ibro, you're always on the list. We're always have an open invitation for anybody looking to speak on AR and VR. But I really appreciate your education and your bringing all of this knowledge to the podcast. Cool, man.
Much appreciated.
Yes, much appreciated. All right. With that, we'll shut it down and we'll be back next Saturday. Please do smash that follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. We need all the support we can get. We're still building out here, you know, Web3 Warriors. We will be back next Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, we will catch you in the metaverse. Peace out.
Catch you in the metaverse, baby.